We've all watched the shows on television, the HGTV shows, the Flip This House shows. Keep in mind, them people are doing a show. They want drama. If you can't create drama for their show, you can't be on their show. Are some of them good investors? They might be. Are most of them? No, they're not.
I've made over $1 million in real estate. My name is Ken Dash. We have been buying and flipping houses since I got married, which has been 12 years. We've flipped about 50 houses since we've started. The least amount of money that we've ever made on a house was about $10,000. Selling for any less would not be a very good investment opportunity. We have never lost money in real estate. There was a lot of problems that we had with the real estate agents that was selling houses for us. I truly believe in my heart that they were more interested in selling the houses for their profits than they were to looking out for our best interest. Shortly after moving to Tennessee, we met a gentleman, Steve Richards. Very much he knew the formulas to put together for the buying the houses, rehabbing and selling. And with Steve's help, that helped to move us to the next level.
My name's Stephen Richard. I'm with Exit Realty here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm a real estate broker. I serve all of Middle Tennessee's serious investors. I am an investor myself, have been for several years. A lot of young people are curious. You know, today they call them the millennials. They're curious about real estate. I was too when I was young. I bought a lot of books, I read a lot of books, but I didn't have the means to get into it at the time. And throughout my Marine Corps career, I never did find a real estate agent that knew anything about investing. They just say, oh, you know, this is the asking price. I know they'll take that much. I couldn't hook up with an agent that knew what they were doing with real estate investment. And so after I retired from the military, I chose this career to get involved in because I was still curious. And still today, the only agent that's ever made me any money is myself. I've invested in several dozen properties over the last several years. I would tell you right now is not a good time for real estate investment. Market's shifting in an upswing. I still get investors calling me today, or wanna-be investors, saying, hey Steve, I'm looking for this. I want some buy and hold properties, and I want to buy them for 70 cents on the dollar. Well, where were you 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago when I was buying those properties? Nobody was interested in them. I was buying them. I had a couple other investors that were also, but everybody was tight with their money. They were scared because prices were down here at the bottom. Well, that's when to buy them. When the market is bottomed out, foreclosures are sitting on the market 30, preferably 60 days. The longer they set, the deeper discounts I can get on purchasing those properties. Today, that's not the case. What advice would I give to someone that wants to get into real estate investing? One, get your means. You've got to have some means. I mean money. Or you need to know somebody that has some money. Lots of programs out there try to sell you that you can get into investing, you know, with no money out of your own pocket. I've never found one. You don't necessarily have to be an all-cash investor. You know, there's lots of programs out there where you can invest with as little as 20% out of your pocket. Your small banks locally will typically loan on investment properties, but there's also some alternative, you know, means of your resources, such as self-directed IRAs, tools like that you could use to get into real estate investment. So save up your money or find your means.
My advice for if anyone's going to get involved in real estate is to do your homework. Real estate is a wonderful way to invest money. You can make a lot of profits very quickly, but you need to know the market. You need to put yourself with a real estate agent that really knows comps, because you could purchase a property, all the numbers work out terrific, but if it's not, the selling market's not there, or the comps are too high, then you're going to hold on to a property, and you're going to, the whole time that you're holding on property, you're losing money. So it's important to be able to purchase and sell these properties as quickly as you can. And to make these properties where they're sellable, you need to do your homework, you need to get good people behind you.
Find a good agent that knows what they're doing, and i.e., they're a real estate investor themselves, and then pick their brain, have them show you what they've done over the years with their own properties to make sure they really know what they're doing.
Everything is based on numbers and it's based on comps. And so we buy a particular property, we figure out how much it's going to take, that we're going to have the rehab cost, and that would consist of not only if we have outside contractors or if our guys are doing them, also if we're going to add additional board footage on there, whether it's an up or down market, we don't focus on that, and we've been selling our houses pretty quick from the time of purchase, rehabbing, and getting in the property going into a new homeowner.
Now, something we've got to remember about investing in real estate is the market cycles all the time. It's always going uphill and downhill. It takes years to do that. Right now we're in an uphill movement. Most markets across the United States are increasing in value, home sales are increasing, prices are going up. This is not the time for me to invest. I'm not investing at the moment. I prefer buying low, selling high. I also buy, hold, and sell. I might buy a property when it's low, hold it for a few years, and use it as a rental property, and then sell it when the market gets good, like right now. But most of the properties I've invested in the past, I've just flipped them in a short amount of time. I buy them real low. I know what I can sell them for. The difference is my margin after you subtract my repair costs, get it ready to sell. And even today, although I'm not buying a lot of properties for myself or my investors, I still throw out offers all the time on typically foreclosed properties and hope one of them sticks, and it does now and then. When it does, guess what? It is a home run, because I don't have small margins. Buying a house for a set amount of money, practically tearing it down and leaving 10 2x4s standing, guess what? That ain't a flip. That's building a house. But I don't do that. Homes that I purchase, I want to just get in, do some cosmetic repairs, make it look like new, resell it for what I already know I can sell it for. So keep that in mind when watching television shows. They're entertaining. Are they a good resource for investment knowledge? I don't think so.
I own a company called K&A Enterprises. We started that company about 4 months ago, and we've flipped 4 properties. And this is one of the houses that we currently own. This is in the process of being rehabbed right now. As you can see, the houses, the rehabbing has just started taking place. This will be finalized within 6 weeks, and it'll be in a market at that time. This particular house, if you were to, for any individual that was just to look at this house, you would probably think that this house wouldn't be worth a whole lot. Our initial investment was $89,000. The rehab cost of this particular property is about $40,000, and this house will sell for $250,000 when the house is complete. Taking everything into consideration, it'll be about $80,000 profit on this particular house when it's finished. One of the things about this particular property is to get the numbers where we needed them to be. The house in the rehabbing is completely gutted from the inside, and there's going to be additions that's going to be added onto it, again, to add the square footage to it, to get, again, the money where we want it to be. Location, location, location has so much to do with what you can actually sell the square foot of a house for. East Nashville is an up-and-coming area, and that's the areas that we're investing in right now. The most that we've gotten on any particular property is we have a house that'll be ready for market in a couple weeks, and that house will profit about $100,000 to $150,000.
Investors I've worked for, they all make money. I have never lost money for one of them with an investment property. Because if I do, guess what? I'm not going to be the real estate agent no more. Everything I do is calculated before I even bring it up to them. And I've already done my calculations, shown them what I think we can net out of it. There's actually a little risk by the time I hand it to them. Feel free to search my website all you want. Reach out and call me anytime.
Real estate investing has changed my life. It's given me opportunities to accumulate quite a bit of wealth in a very short period of time and to grow this business that we're growing now. But in other things that are important to my wife and I, other outreach opportunities that we can do through the profits that we're getting through these homes. Real estate, as long as you do the numbers and you've got some good people behind you and the math all adds up, it's a great opportunity, and I would highly suggest that you get involved in it. But again, make sure that you do your homework beforehand and do some research and know what you're stepping into.